Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great day. Well, today we're going to be working on Christmas Town, which is a Joy Sunday wannabe. And I'm working right over here on the top of this little roof over here. We haven't got me, the mouse in my pocket, and Molly haven't gotten much done here on this one. And it is a 14 count. That's probably why. But yeah. So what's everybody up to? Are you gearing up for Christmas or whatever holiday that you celebrate during this time of year? I know I haven't gotten too much done at all. It's been kind of a slow week, if you will. Just pretty slow. Work has been terribly slow. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of this silly needle. There we go. And I'm just ready for, Today's Thursday. I'm ready for my day to be over so I can start my weekend. I'm telling you, it's just boring at work. Of course, last night was a little bit busier. We did have to put the order away, but 90% of it was done before I ever arrived. Which, after summer, that's kind of a good thing. I'm using the loop method to start this. I don't know if you can see that loop. There's a loop right there. So, go through the loop. Go back down where you came up from. And it's locked in place. Yeah. Works really nice on this because you only have 2 strands of thread instead of 3. But yeah. But it sure is taken forever and ever and ever to get it anywhere. I did excuse me. I don't know if you can see that. This blue over the weekend. I got that far. I think that was 1 or 2 strands of thread. So it goes kind of slow, but it's going to be worth it in the end. It'll be beautiful. So I'm continuing on with the same colored blue. I think it was 21. Let me tell you what color it is. Hang on. 21 is 809. It's kind of like a Wedgwood blue. I didn't know how else to explain it. This thing is just giving me fits. Oh man. You won't believe what I did the other day. Was it yesterday? Jeez, I know. I told you it was a slow week. I did the diamond painting video, right? So, stupid me gets up after making the video to go and edit and upload and all that, And it just barely plugged in my cord to upload it to my computer. Kaboom! The whole Great Wall fell off my desk, including the drills, upside down onto the ground. I looked over and went, ah, crap. Yeah. So I got up real careful, because I really didn't know how bad it would be. Oh yeah, I was scared to death that every drill had come out of those plastic. I don't even have one right here to show you. That plastic thing, because they're laying like this. They're closed. And they're, I have all my colors. Oh my God. About 5 of them opened up when it flipped. So I had to get the diamond painting out of there first. And then I had to sweep up the drills onto a piece of paper. Yeah, an hour and a half later, after sorting them out, oh yeah, I was not a happy camper that day. Not a happy camper. So, yeah. I didn't realize it was that lightweight, but yeah, the whole thing just flipped. So, yeah, it was fun. So be careful if you're working on a huge one. Have a table, number one, that's big enough to support the whole thing, which I didn't. And, yeah. And make sure it's not hanging over the edge before you walk away. Oh, yeah. It was special. So, yay! So I thought I'd cross stitch, you know. It's usually safer. It usually doesn't fall off the table. Because when I get out my big ones, I'm usually sitting on the couch, so I have some place to set it nearby. But that's less of a mess to pick up than a diamond painting. Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be chilly today. Like 15 to 25-mile-an-hour winds today. It's supposed to be high, 39, but, you know, with the wind, yeah, it won't feel like 39. And no snow. It just spit snow last night, maybe 10 minutes, and that was it. They got more snow up on the mountain than we did right here. So that was special. I thought, oh great, why not? I hate it when it snows when I'm at work. Because then you got to clean off your car before you leave and blah blah blah. I've had to clean so much as 6 to 8 inches off my car when it just comes right down before I leave. It's special. Special, 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 special. I did find my smaller fancy scissors. For some reason they were in the bathroom. I'm not sure what they were doing in there. No, jeez. That's what I mean. I'm my own worst enemy. I walk away with things, using them for something, and then I'll just leave them. And then I'll wonder where they're at. What can I say? Man, this is some tiny, tiny stitching. I'm going to try to bring in as close as I possibly can. So. And don't ask me why I started on this part of the house, because I got nothing. I'm sick of doing background. Do you know what I mean? I want to do something that is starting to look like something other than a tree. No grand plans for this weekend. I will continue to work on the Great Wall. I may get out my, what do you call it? Oh my goodness, card table. And rearrange some things. I don't know. I don't have too much room to put that card table at. So, we'll see. And I'll also do lots of stitching. That's how that works. So I stitch and I diamond paint for a while. Stitch and then I go diamond paint for a while. I have learned to angle my, what do you call it? My light pad. So that it's up a little bit. So that's been working. I never diamond painted like that. Usually I do lay everything flat and diamond paint that way. But it's just killing my neck. So if I want to keep working on it, I'm going to have to tip that light pad. Now, when I'm working on the Great Wall, I don't have to tip it much. I'm going to work on the gnomes and try to get another full section done and go from there. I was watching Crafty, speaking of gnomes, We need more coffee today. Uh, Crafty, CraftipatTi on YouTube, and she made a gnome out of we'll call it a tomato cage, if you will. She kind of turned it upside down and like moved got the ends of it all wound together, so that's the top part. Then she made a little hat for him. She put she had long uh, evergreen branches, and she kind of put them around the cage, and then she made him a hat and some gloves and a nose, and then she used oh crap, I did that backwards. Get through there. Oh, what do you call it? Fake fur for his beard. And it was just a little thing to sit by her front door. And he was about 3 feet tall, maybe. Yeah, he was just the cutest thing. I love watching people that are really clever, because, yeah, I am so not that person. I would never put those 5 or 6 things together to make a gnome. But I don't do much crafting. It pretty much better be laid out for me, because I don't have that skill at all. I never have. I watch these things, and then I try to go do it, like making a wreath or whatever. Nothing ever turns out the way it did for them. Yeah. So, yeah. That's why I quit mixed media. I just couldn't get it to look the way I wanted to. And I had all the tools, but I couldn't get it. Do you have that problem yourself? Oh, come on. Get down to the short rows, and then you start sticking to the end. Let's make it shorter. There we go. I'm just not that crafty person. And then when my daughter says, "Oh, let's do a craft project with the kids," I'm like, okay. What is it we're gonna do? Yeah. And do you remember way back? Hang on. Sorry for the reach. When I said I'm gonna save all my drills from leftover projects, this is all I've accumulated in. Let me pull it up. In the year. So we may have to go one more year. So there's only that many. I was going to use, better make sure that's closed, because we're not picking up drills again. I was going to use it. See, I have these ideas, and then when I get the idea, it doesn't work as well as I think it does. Those clear plastic snowballs, that use for an ornament, but they're about this big. That might fill one. But, yeah. No. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where to go next here, because stitching backwards just isn't working for me. So we'll see. We were going to try to order some, I know I did that stitch wrong, but nobody in the whole scheme of things is going to know I did that one wrong. I'm not going backwards. Life's too short. From Amazon to see if they had some that were, about that big, so we could get more out of all those drills. But I just save all my drills, especially from my special drills, and I was just going to fill them up. And then maybe take some glitter glue, and put their names on them. But yeah, so we may have to collect those for quite some time, because all I can seem to finish are small diamond paintings. And sometimes even when the big ones, you don't have a lot of drills left. So, don't know. We'll just keep collecting them and keep that in our brain, right? I found some really small needles that I'm using for this 14 count. Of course it came with two, so I have two, but I had to go looking for more small needles because this material is kind of tight, if you will. Barely can see this blue. That's why I got you in as close as I could. But it stitches up quite nice. So it always does. I mean, Joy Sunday has really good thread. And I've had some really crappy thread from other places. But, you know, lately, so far, things have been going really good as far as how well the thread is. So they're getting better. I haven't had too many problems over the past 2 or 3 years. So that's a good thing. I've even had some bad thread on 11 counts. And it was like a pale, I've said this before, pale, like a really pale color of white or a pale color of pink. They seem to be kind of thin. But other than that, that's it out of the, you've seen kabillion that I've started. I like to, you know, test out the thread and make sure everything's okay. So I haven't had that problem in a long, long time. Back, you know, 10, 15 years ago, the thread really wasn't all that great. But they're all being competitive, and the threads have been just fine on these stamped kits. So, because, you know, actually, ouch. That was attractive. Don't do that. You're at the mercy of the company that sends you the stuff, you know, to do the kit. You don't have a choice. Hang on, we're gonna get this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Dagnabbit. It's here somewhere. Here we go. This is the one I want. You know, for what you get and what you have, I'm trying to get my thimble. Because that hurt. Like I said, this material's kind of tight. So, you know, what you get is what most 95% of the people stitch with. Some people just get it for the pattern and buy their own thread, but not me. I figured, you know, you spent for the kit. It should have everything that you need to complete that kit. Love these, Carolyn. Love these. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm ready for the weekend, and I'm not going anywhere, and just kind of relaxing. I've been doing a lot of that, and frankly, the housework can just deal because I do minimal. Because I'm just that way sometimes. Nobody's going to show up at my house. Try to get the big trash out, I know. Well, one weekend it was snowing and blowing so hard I figured I'd never ever get it up in the trash can. So that wasn't going to happen. So, that's our big yay for the weekend, right? And who knows, I may go over and diamond paint with my daughter or do something, but I don't think the weather's going to be too cooperative, shall we say. We're into the cold rows. It seems to be more cold than it is snowing around here, so. But it snows, see, up on the mountain, where, yeah, sometimes we want to get, but you can't do that in the winter because they get more snow than we do. And they're only like a couple thousand feet more higher. Oh, for pity's sake. Did that backwards. So we'll see. I don't know. We pick and choose our days. And I haven't been down to the river in, God, it seems like months. So I don't even know how that's all going. But I wouldn't say it's got hot enough to melt any snow off. We like to go look for, I'll call it driftwood, you know. Driftwood for me, it's a lot different than driftwood, say, if you were on, say, the Pacific coast or even the Atlantic coast, you know, where there's lots of water. So we have to wait until the water goes down so you can get down in there, so, or down to the edge. But when it's running so fast, we are not doing that. So, we'll see. I think it's next weekend that we're going to do our Christmas tea. It's not this week. So, we will see. We still haven't really decided on what we're going to do. It's just all a matter of what the kids will eat. And then I got to get into the front bedroom. And, ow, god dang it, do it again. This material is pretty stiff. And see where my cups and my teapot is? I put it in a box. I packaged up all the Christmas stuff. I don't know. Yeah, and I gotta get all that out. So, it'll be fun. It will be fun. I'm leaving that part over there because it's just not going. Well, we're making some kind of progress here. Slow but sure. I think this needle almost is too small. It feels like one of my 26 that I use for... What are we doing? For counted cross stitch. It's not as stiff as the ones that you get in the kit. I was looking for the smallest one I could find. But hey. So hopefully it won't be all cold and dreary all weekend. Because I do hate that. I mean, I don't mind the cold, but when it's like cloudy and look like snow, it makes you not want to go or do anything. Really? Yeah, I think I picked the wrong needle for that. I have 2 pincushions. This one holds the smaller needles, and the other one holds the 11 count needles that I use all the time. So this probably is one of those needles, because it's not working real well on this heavier fabric. It works great when I'm doing counter cross stitch on that pliable material. So, fun times, fun times. So is anybody going anywhere for Christmas? Gonna go see your kids or your sisters, brothers, that kind of thing? I can't go see my sister at Christmas because I'm afraid I'll get stuck in Wyoming. Because that could happen. That could definitely happen. It always seems to snow around Christmas there. And earlier. Really? Oh, come on. Give me another one. And even when I was younger, when we go to somebody's house for Christmas, it was like an hour and a half tops to somebody else's house. Because my aunts and uncles all, part of them lived in town, and then the other side of the family was like an hour and a half away, maybe. Maybe not even that far. So, it was easy. And then we moved, so up to like Chicago. I've got to get rid of that needle. Boy, that one's bad. Then we weren't even close to anybody's house. Well, we almost got that done, so I just got to go down there, and there's another space right there I got to do. So, I'll keep working on it. Alright guys, well thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.